We're here with Terry Horan, fresh off of a win against a MIAC opponent, UW Eau Claire last weekend. 2-0 on the season. Now you head into the MIAC opener against St. John's on Saturday. Let's step back and look at that Eau Claire game first. You guys kind of once again took it to them off the bat offensively, and you were able to get some things working. What went well in that first half for you guys offensively?
You know what? We were just executing really well. Again, Alex Groh, I thought he did a great job of distributing the football to where we needed it to go. We got our playmakers touching the football, and anytime you do that, and everybody else does their part, good things happen. We dodged a few bullets from Eau Claire. They had a nice opening drive. They end up fumbling, and then we end up going 3 and out. Gave them another short field, and they missed a field goal. And then we go down and score, and we're up 14-0. But in all those, the 2 scoring drives, we had some big plays, and that was something that we had talked about from week 1 to week 2. We wanted to improve on was explosive plays. An explosive rush for us is over 12 yards, and an explosive pass is over 15 yards, and we were +9 on that game. And so that was, and obviously our goal is +2, and so we did quite well.
You talk a little bit about that, the Eau Claire offense. They came out and did really well right off the bat. Did you guys make any adjustments to have to deal with their running game that was successful right off the bat?
Well, I think it certainly helped scoring some points and going up, and they had to kind of abandon that just a bit and start throwing the football, and we were able to get some key turnovers. I mean, our defense forced 4 turnovers, which was fantastic. And we bent a little bit, but we didn't break. We only gave up 7, and you know what? That 7, we fumbled on our own 13-yard line. They had a penalty, so a few plays later they're in the end zone. So it was after a turnover on a short field. But the one area that we weren't very strong at defensively was first down efficiency. They had about, I think it was 12 or 13 first down plays of over 4 yards or better, but yet their big rushes and their big pass plays weren't there. We did great on third down. I mean, third down we were 2 for 13, 15%. That's huge. We were getting off the field and getting our O's back on the field. So another great performance by our black shirts.
Let's go back to the offense before we head to St. John's. You talked about some of the offensive weapons you had. Is this probably the deepest you've ever had with wide receivers, Brandon Zylstra and John Bounty? Then you got Jason Montoni and Chad Johnson in the background. Michael Herzog has stepped up and scored a couple of touchdowns. You have a lot of offensive weapons that can put points on the board. Is this one of the deeper teams in that regard?
It probably could very well be one of them, if not the deepest. We have a lot of weapons, and what I've appreciated about Alex Grove is that he's reading defenses. He isn't just gluing in on one guy, and because we have a lot of them, and I would hate to defend us, really, to be honest with you. I mean, we've got a lot of weapons. With Bounty and Zylstra being 2 of them out on the perimeter. We've got 2 nice freshmen right behind him in Quez and Marzloff, and then it's our running backs are so deep too, and we feel good about that. And then our 2 fullbacks are, they're a 1-2 punch that's been really, they've been a highlight so far in this early season.
Now let's step forward. Not feeling any pressure here going into this week. You got family weekend, you got St. John's, a rivalry, and you're searching for your 100th win, which I know for you is probably the last thing on the list of what you have for the keys. Let's go to St. John's. You've beaten them 3 straight. What have you done successfully in those 3 games that will prepare you for this week?
Well, if you look at the last 3 years, and time of possession's been really in our favor. Last year we were just over 40 minutes of hanging on the football. The year before that we were 38 plus minutes, and I think when we were at home 3 years ago, it was 36, 37 minutes. So our offense has stayed on the field. We've kept an explosive offense sitting on the sideline, and we need to do that. We haven't had the time of possession like we had last year thus far in our first 2 games, but again, that's skewed by great returns, short fields, big plays. But it's something we know, possibly could be one of our best defenses is our offense again. But defensively, we've made big stops against them. I still remember a couple of years ago at their place, Kenyon O'Brien had a huge pick. They started the the third quarter, the first drive of the second half, and they're driving on us, and he gets a huge pick. So we've always had something that has sparked us from the defensive side of the ball too. And you know what, we have to slow down Sura and company, and we did that last year. I think we were the only team that kept him under 100 yards rushing, and obviously we take a lot of pride in stopping the run. I don't know if you can stop that young man. He's unbelievable, and he's the MVP of our league for a reason. He's got good people in front of him, but I know our black shirts are going to do their darndest to make it a tough day.
St. John's, you start to look at their roster now. It's starting to become the St. John's of old, where they're very athletic.
Yeah.
Maybe not the biggest team, but they're athletes on all, both offensive and defensive sides of the ball. All 11 positions. Is that what you're starting to find out right now as you scout them for this week?
Yeah, they're a typical St. John's team, and they have athletes all over the place. They run extremely well. They've got good quickness. Their offensive line is solid. Martin, their quarterback's a 4-year starter. We haven't seen him the last 2 years because he's been injured. 3 years ago he played as a freshman. But his passing efficiency is ridiculous right now. He's like 23 of 27. So they're getting that rush established, and they're opening up, and then they got the play action scheme, which has been deadly. They've got 2 outstanding receivers, and one is the Bungham boy, who's got he's shifty, he's quick, he's a great return specialist. So they're athletic. Defensively, their linebackers run extremely well. I'm impressed with the Hanson boy from Blue Earth, and they just they're tough, and it's a typical Jerry Haugen defense, and they'll do whatever they can do to stop you, and they're very athletic. So we have our work cut out for us. We really do. It's a great MIAC matchup against 2 very good football teams, and we have a lot of respect for that program and what Gary has done now in his short tenure, and winning a conference championship last year. And people always ask, it's the opener, and you got 2 teams that are battling out. You're 2-0, and I said this last year. The winner of this game really sets them up pretty good. But the loser is far from being out of it, and last year St. John's, case in point. It's the only team they lost to was us, and they went in and won the MIAC championship, and they did well in the playoffs. So it's still early in the season, but what a heck of a matchup.
Finally, a little different for you. It's family weekend at Concordia. You've had a lot of great memories over the years, both playing and now coaching, but it's going to be a different family weekend for you because for the first time you'll actually have a daughter that goes to Concordia. Megan's at Concordia. Any, a little bit more special for this family weekend because now you'll have everybody there?
Yeah, it's exciting to have Megan here at Concordia, and our whole family will be in, and obviously a lot of this being the game that it is, and sometimes I don't know if my daughter likes being the football coach's daughter on campus, but it is what it is. So I don't know if she wants to claim Horan as her last name once in a while, but she's a dear sweetie and loves our program, wants to see us win, and it'll be pretty cool to be a part of all the festivities.
Good luck on Saturday.
Thank you very much.